In the future, 2078, someone asked the commander to send 2 officials to the opposing headquarters to discuss a ceasefire. Everybody hopes for peace, nobody likes fighting, but it looks more like a soap opera. Now it's 2078 and humans have been running wild in the solar system for 20 years. The NEP company discovered a rare ore on this planet 2 decades ago. Just a tiny chunk of this ore can catapult you from Earth to Mars. It's the flying treasure planet. However, the federal government soon discovered that mining comes with a lovely bonus, deadly radiation, so they ordered NEP to stop mining at once, and NEP declared war. Guess there's no hope for a peace treaty. Luckily, the war is contained to this planet. Unfortunately, everyone is still stuck here. After 10 years of back and forth, countless casualties have piled up. I don't even know where to start. But the other side is showing remarkable sincerity by detailing the headquarters. The commander ordered the info department to Earth, seeking the SG guidance. Then, a distress signal. A cargo ship was off course. The ship demanded an emergency landing, but didn't disclose its cargo or destination. So the commander ordered that they must not let anyone land without confirmation. Not long after, the Secretary General sent a holographic video call telling the commander to keep his humans found new ores untrodden, a radiation-free paradise with zero pollution, clean energy. Right now, the federal government is negotiating a new contract with NEP to mine our planet's ores together. Once signed, the war halts. Poor coal quality, likely due to radiation. Did you know this? This Morse code is way better than the ship a total smokescreen. The Secretary General deemed it the key moment for peace talks, so ordered the commander to avoid contact lest it mess up negotiations. The commander felt incredibly down. It seemed like the high-ups on Earth never cared about their lives. He's been stranded on this sperm planet for a decade, giving up everything, even his earthly love. He had no clue how much longer he'd have to wait, when suddenly the whole base shook. That cargo ship crashed nearby. But oddly, the passengers inside were soldiers, all dead. After searching, they found it was a troop transport disguised as a cargo ship. Inside were a full set of weapons, production gear, and a legal response plan, gearing up for a long-term battle. The commander found it strange. Could there be fighting going on somewhere else? Meanwhile, his subordinates found a survivor, and someone shouted to give him a locator. But the survivor suddenly turned back as if he had dropped something important. A smirking enemy sensed his presence and charged at him. The survivor dashed back into the cockpit and found a pair of VR goggles. They seemed crucial to him, and despite the attackers closing in, he clutched them tight. Luckily, the borders blocked the view, giving him time to escape the other way. But stepping out, another smirking enemy targeted him. Thankfully, the commander blasted him. Soon, the survivor was brought to the commander to inspect the destroyed enemy. Parts were strewn everywhere. The survivor, named Mike Jefferson, was a level 6 sharpshooter, the highest rank for shooting, capable of hitting a dice dot 100 meters away. No wonder he seemed so conceited. Who wouldn't with such godlike skills? The sharpshooter was curious about the gadget that nearly killed him. After getting the commander's permission, he stepped forward to examine it closer, almost lost a finger. These things are way too smart. They must have upgraded themselves. The commander was feeling, and just then, the lieutenant walked in and asked where the things from the ship were headed. The answer shocked them. Humans discovered a new mineral on Triton, and the federal government is gearing up for full-scale war with none over that planet's development right. He and his teammates were sent there as the vanguard. Both were floored. This totally contradicted what the Secretary General just said. The sharpshooter had no reason to lie. It's flimsy. If true, what's happened in water cooler chats all these years? The commander suddenly asked if this planet was abandoned by both SG and non-Biego. Years of war have drained this planet dry. But if they stopped the fighting cold turkey and brought everyone back to Earth, it would surely spell irreversible losses. So, both sides have mutually agreed to let them fend for themselves. The other side seems to have realized this too, which is why they sent people to negotiate. This entire planet is like one big information filter. What they see and hear is carefully curated for them. Had it not been for the sharpshooter's ship suddenly crashing here, they might have never known what was going on. The commander, not wanting his men to rot, decided to negotiate at the opposing headquarters himself. Even if unable to leave, he sought to avoid pointless slaughter. The lieutenant, worried, volunteered, but the base needed its leader. He ordered the lieutenant to stay and hold the fort, taking another sharpshooter with him. His aim would be useful in a pinch. The sharpshooter had no. Before leaving, he grabbed his cherished VR goggles. Once outside the base, the commander checked the comms equipment and informed the lieutenant to check in every 4. If not checked in for 8 hours, the lieutenant automatically takes command and continues the war. Little did they know, their enemy was none B. They moved on near mine. The air quality here was horrendous. The commander handed the sharpshooter a radiation protection cigarette. Just holding it in his mouth could fend off radiation. This used to be the most profitable place in the solar system, but now everything here is just rubbish thanks to the radiation from mining. Nambi used nuclear bombs against federal soldiers, killing countless civilians. Now, only enemies remain. The sharpshooter was curious. Robots don't need to eat, so why are they collecting animal corpses? But the commander couldn't explain, just knew they were smart and kept learning and upgrading.